Live from the Snark Factor studio in Indianapolis, it's the Snark Factor with Fingers Malloy. And now, here's Fingers Malloy.
Hello. I am not Fingers Malloy. I've never gone by Fingers of any kind. This is Katherine Timpf, and I'm hosting this baby for Fingers, and this is the first thing that I've hosted since I hosted my high school production of Charlotte's Web. But that went really well, so should go pretty well too.
Charlotte's Web.
Yeah, I listened to the beginning of one of the other ones. I heard you guys are called Snark Factor Players.
Yes,
this is true.
Co-hosts, so I'm with Tracy, Connor, and Thomas LaDuke. So am I the captain?
Yes, You are the guy of the Titanic.
No, I want to be like
Godspeed.
Charlie Conway and the Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that's exactly what kind of cat. I don't even know. Where are you guys right now?
Well, I'm in Detroit.
You're in Detroit, right?
Right.
And I'm in the Philly suburbs.
You're in the Philly suburbs. I'm in the conference room at National Review.
Wow.
So,
you win.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a lot. There's a lot of books here and all that kind of stuff. Been reading the news all day. Been reading the news a lot I'm gonna go get pizza after this because there's so much pizza in the news right now that I can't even. Is it bad that there's so many victims in this situation and so many people upset and I just can't stop thinking about how bad I want to eat pizza?
No, do you think this was all a conspiracy perpetuated by the triumvirate that is Domino's, Papa John's, and Pizza Hut?
Ooh, you know what? I love that.
You forgot Little Caesars.
No, I just wanted to use a triumvirate.
Oh.
By the way, I miss Little Caesars a lot. It's the crappiest pizza, but it's so good. I don't know, it doesn't, right? If it doesn't really taste good.
No.
The crust doesn't really have a flavor to speak of. But I've eaten an entire one many times.
That's why you have to get the crazy sauce.
Right.
You had to dip it in.
Sauce. And the crazy bread, which also tastes like sodium. It's sodium. I've eaten an entire pizza and been down for the count for a whole weekend as a child.
It's true.
I'm sure is a relatable experience for everybody from their childhood.
$5 pizza, that's, quote unquote hot and ready.
Yeah, you remember when you were a kid and you'd get some $5 pizzas and sit out on the curb? Is that just me?
Is that what goes on in Detroit?
Yeah, we'd sit in the parking lot and just each eat a pizza, and then we'd all feel terrible. And I think my mom let me do it because I would just nap immediately. But did you see just now that they're saying that the Yelp page for this pizza place is closed?
Yeah, I saw that earlier, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you think they're closing because they're afraid of the death threats, or do you think they're closing because they have $300,000?
I think it's the $300,000.
Maybe they're probably screw this, I don't want to make pizza anymore.
Yeah, why would you?
How many pizzas is that?
They buy you a lot of $5 pizzas at Little Caesars.
Buy you a lot of them. I don't know. I was saying before, I think that there's a real, being a victim, is a really lucrative business now. It's a really, being the victim of an outrage, and then all you need is one high school teacher to say she wants to set you on fire. That's all you need. And then all of a sudden you have hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Well, you know what? My thing is with this, if you're going to be dumb enough to say that on social media, then you should actually be punished with how you said you were going to punish them.
You should be set. You're saying she should be set on fire?
Yes. Now she can become a victim because I said that she should be set on fire.
Oh, you're going to go viral for that somehow.
I know. So exactly.
Radio dude says he would set teacher who said she would set pizza shop on fire.
That's right. And the
and
circle.
She's going to get a GoFundMe.
The circle of life continues.
Oh my gosh. I mean, some of these headlines against her were pretty brutal. I'm looking at one right now that has in all caps, angry Christian hating lesbian high school coach. I mean, she really did herself in there. But think about it. Like, was she really sitting there like, oh, I'm a teacher at a school and, I can totally, seek out, arson buddies? I don't know what you call that.
Soliciting the fellow flamethrowers.
Yeah, on my social media, my public account, which said flat out in her bio, I am a coach. I am a high school coach.
Now, was she also a teacher or is she just a coach?
She was just a coach, so I guess she was a teacher of softball and golf.
Okay.
I wonder what these kids think. They must be kind of like, whoa. I mean, she said, does anybody want to help me burn this down? It wasn't like subtle. It wasn't like, wow, like this, deserves some serious fire or like anything. I don't know. Like it wasn't
like it would be a shame if one of their ovens got out of control.
Yeah, like it wasn't even, literally the tweet was, who's going to Walkerton, Indiana to burn down #Memories Pizza with me? She used the hashtag.
She was just tweeting out the headline from the most recent thing she got from the NEA.
Yeah.
Because their bus is ready to go there and boycott, I'm sure.
Isn't the whole point of hashtag so that like you're in on the conversation? So anybody that looks at Memories Pizza is gonna see your arson threat. I mean, that's just, she's doing that on purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what hashtags are? Maybe she doesn't know what hashtags are.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't know. But people are dumb. And then I see a lady like her. I know I sent you like Easter's on Sunday. I found out I have the day off tomorrow. I just found that out, so that's pretty sweet.
Nice.
I pretty much just remembered it was Easter, but say you guys the government sent a bunch of tips for egg safety. The Maryland state sent a bunch of egg safety tips. Which if I were a Maryland resident, I would be so angry and insulted by how stupid they think you are. It's like, one of them is like refrigerate your eggs. The other one is don't eat expired eggs.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is use clean eggs, which like, what are dirty eggs? Do you guys know? Like
the ones that aren't like bright white.
What is that a thing where you like open up a box of eggs and there's like a bunch of dirt in there or like garbage? Is that a thing?
Maybe in Maryland.
I don't know. Or like make sure you hard boil the eggs before you decorate them. Like, yeah. Like decorating a raw eggs would be really difficult.
Well,
but
that's also not dangerous.
Right.
That's just stupid.
It's not dangerous. I mean, I just feel like in this, these tips, if anybody needs these tips, they're not gonna make it longer than a couple more months anyways on this planet. You know what I mean? I mean, you can only protect idiots for so long before the idiotness take over, These are the people.
I wonder what prompted this. Do you think that there was some salmonella outbreak or something happened down there and they're like, Jesus, our people are really stupid?
I think the government was probably bored and they said, hey, we got the day off. Let's remind everybody how dangerous eggs can be.
The person who did this with the government was the equivalent of the gal who said she wanted to burn the pizza place down.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
That could be true. They might have seen that and been like, wow, people don't really know how to do anything anymore. I really don't know. I mean, then we got like the guy who drank so much iced tea that he's still on dialysis. I mean, this dude in Arkansas, I just love this headline. Doctors believe a man's excessive iced tea drinking, about a gallon daily, is what caused his previously unexplained kidney failure that's been keeping him on dialysis ever since. Would you not notice you were starting to feel terrible and stop? Anyone?
Well, who knows what else he's ingesting?
That's true. Maybe he's just like on. Is there a drug that makes you want to do iced tea? I just said do iced tea because apparently it's. I don't know. Do you guys like drink like fluids? Like how much water am I supposed to be drinking a day? Like really?
Half of your body weight in ounces.
I am not good at math. I have no. I mean, that takes some serious googling So I mean, I am thirsty most of the time. Is that normal?
Yes, I think so.
I mean, I drink coffee
Mhm.
and I drink vodsodes. I'm not into beverages that don't, alter my perception of the universe, apparently. It's pretty boring.
Should probably squeeze some water in there.
I mean, I have a glass of water sometimes, but then I get cold. Okay. So, and you can't drink warm water because it tastes disgusting. So, and then I'll be an idiot. There'll be an article of like, how dare I criticize oh, reporter is in the hospital about to die because she said drinking water was, quote, boring. Right?
They're going to lump you in with the gal who wanted to burn the pizza place down.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and the gal oh man, she must be having a rough time. I bet you that, she became the most hated person in Indiana, which was really, really hard, right? Pence was pretty hated. That second press conference where he tried to clarify, I've never seen somebody just look like sad like that.
That wasn't resigning because of a sex scandal.
Right. It wasn't a sex scandal. There had been no natural disaster or like mass shooting. But had I played it on silent, I would have thought that there was. And really what he's talking about is backlash over a hypothetical pizza situation. This is unreal. This is unreal. Hypothetical. What if a gay couple wanted pizza for their gay wedding and told them that they were eating the pizza in a celebration of their gay matrimony? Hypothetically, they wouldn't do it. And everyone takes the streets with their pitchforks and flamethrowers. And it's absurd. And why would he think this law is necessary? I mean, we already have federal discrimination laws, so I do get that. But, people are getting real mad, and they're still mad. The pizza place is closing down. I even seen, like, some people be like, good, homophobic. I mean, I think, though, that some people are under the impression that they came out and, like, posted a declaration, just so you know, if any gays try to come in here and get our pizza, you can't have any because you're gay. Like, that's not what happened. If somebody they found out after they had actually ate their pizza that they were gay, I mean, do you think they punch them in the gut to get them to throw it up? Vomit! Vomit up our pizza. We don't agree with our pizza being in your gay stomach. Like, that's really the reaction that we're having here. It was just some trolly reporters, okay, who went in there like, just so you know, hypothetically, if some gay people came in here and want a pizza and they even said, we've literally never been asked this, but I guess, no. And they're probably like spent an entire day slapping themselves in the face. Like, is this really happening? Like, we have no business and we now have hundreds of that. Like, what just happened? But I don't know. Are we taking a break?
Yeah.
Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay, word on the streets, we're taking a break. I don't really know how to transition from that.
Well,
did I just do it?
Yeah, kinda. I mean, you're in the neighborhood. All right.
I'm in the neighborhood.
You're in
you have to do like a cool radio voice, like, and we're taking a break, and
we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Or you could announce you could announce a guest coming up.
Ben Kissel, who's my buddy and the podcast king. And this is Snark Factor.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And we'll be back.
There you go.
Great job. Hello, this is Katherine Timpf. We're back at the Snark Factor. I'm in for Fingers Malloy. I did not pick. I'm guessing. I didn't guest hosting. I did not pick Limp Bizkit. I had nothing to do with that. They're terrible.
No, I just took a look at the email. You specifically asked for Limp Bizkit.
Nobody wants to take the blame for Limp Bizkit because it's bad. But yeah, so got my buddy Ben Kissel on the line. He's a special guest tonight. He is a podcast king. He runs a bunch of comedy podcasts, like Last Podcast on the Left, Abe Lincoln's Top Hat, and so what's up, dude?
What's up, Kat? Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, dude, you could be hosting this better than me. So.
Limp Bizkit would have done much, much better with Robert Durst as their frontman as opposed to Fred Durst.
Absolutely.
Robert Durst has one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard in my entire life.
I agree.
Yeah. I just want, I wake up and I just want to go and I want to break stuff. I don't know what it is. Every time I write a song, I tell Beverly, Rob.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you watched that, though, didn't you kind of find yourself liking him a little bit?
I will say this, The Jinx, a great documentary by Mr. Jarecki. It was one of the first times I've ever actually seen white privilege personified. The one thing about Robert Durst is he would just tell cops things, and they would believe him.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh, of course, Mr. Durst, you had coffee with your neighbor after you didn't behead your wife. Naturally. And he got the benefit of the doubt. And I've never seen any documentary like that before where the person was just taken at his word by the police.
Okay, but was it white privilege or was it rich as ever privilege? I mean, he was super rich.
You know what it is? It's the lesser talked about sociopath privilege. If you're a true sociopath, you can just get away with anything.
That's true. So, I'm really bad at getting away with stuff, so I have feelings.
Yes, of course. Exactly, you do. I mean, I think Robert Durst has feelings also. They're just usually like, why'd you tell him, Susan? Because now I gotta kill you, And they were just more like personal. He's a sensitive boy,
Yeah, I love that he got off on self-defense when he decapitated somebody.
Well, you don't know what that body while it was lying there limp was trying to do to it. Maybe he was trying to pull a Chris Paul and grab at his groin region or something. And, he had to cut off. Maybe it was a demon. Do we know for a fact his neighbor wasn't a zombie?
No.
Exactly.
There's no way to know. I mean,
exactly.
Did you guys see that scene, everybody, like when in the courtroom when his rich paid for attorneys are just destroying these Texas Christian dudes?
I felt so bad for the Texas jurors because, they're good people. They're from the heart and they're from the land, and they just wanted to believe in the innocence of this man. And if you go back and you watch that documentary, they all still agree with their decision to let him go. But if you listen to the prosecution, they just had no idea the defense was going to come out with this unbelievable claim that it's just like, well, maybe Robert Durst didn't do it. And then the prosecution was like, oh, how are we going to overcome that? And they never did.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but it's like this dude decapitated this guy and threw his body in the ocean or the bay.
It literally was the defense just being like, but what if he didn't? And then everyone's just like, I never thought about it that way. I'm going to go with you.
It was ridiculous. I mean, I guess it's like if you believe in yourself, all things are possible.
You know what? That's exactly right. He was, Robert Durst is just that little kitty hanging on from the mountain upon the ceiling of your dentist's office. And you're getting your root canal, but
What?
Oh, I went to a dentist that had nothing but cat posters, inspirational cat posters on the ceiling. So every time I was getting a root canal, I'd just look up and be like, "Hang in there, little kitty," and sure enough, I did.
So this guy decapitated somebody, throws the body in the ocean. Okay, he gets.
Well, I think that we need to give the other limbs a little bit of credit as well. He also cut off the legs and the arms. It's just because the head gets all the credit because the head is. The head is the Michael Jordan, but they wouldn't have won those championships without Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman.
So Scott Peterson is in California going, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Why did I get?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why did I get screwed? And I'm in jail right now.
It's because he didn't. First of all, he was not nearly wealthy enough, and second of all, he left the head attached. And third of all, their relationship was actually looked upon as if they loved each other. When they heard that Robert Durst killed his wife, or when they heard that his wife was gone, they're like, "Oh yeah, of course, that was bound to happen." There was no shock.
That's true.
You know. But when Mrs. Peterson went gone, and everyone, really liked her and everything like that, it was a big deal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How do you know that you're dating somebody who would be a serial killer?
You know what I always do? I always put a knife about 6 inches away from their hand on our first date. If they go for it, the date's over. That's the only way you can know.
That's great.
Girls do that with me, too, because they don't want to date somebody fat. So they just put a slice of pizza right near me. I always go for it, and I'm currently alone.
Oh, man. Yeah, you used to be fat.
I used to be fat, yeah, and I'm currently still fat, but I used to be so fat that technically I'm skinny. That's how fat. I used to be 380 pounds. I lost 160 pounds about 10 years ago. And, your body never fully goes back to normal. So I live with the scars on a daily basis. But that's okay. Be proud of your body. That's what I always say. Don't listen to everyone listening at home or wherever. Don't listen to Kat Timpf when she tries to body shame you.
Really though, because didn't body shaming help you to lose weight a little bit?
Well, the thing is with me, I gained weight on purpose because I wanted to be like John Candy. But then I didn't realize that I didn't know how to act. I didn't know how to act. So I was like, I'll get fat, learn how to act, and then I'll get famous. But in reality, you should learn how to act first, then figure out if you want to get fat or not, and then you get famous.
Oh, that's good advice. That's good advice. So, I mean, like, with comedies in the news a lot now, right? Don't you just agree that Trevor Noah is an absolute horrible anti-Semitic guy, and he's basically like Hitler, and he should be fired and forced to leave the country?
He's a monster. And, the one thing that we know about people who are anti-Semitic, it's always important to make sure they stop doing their art. Look at Hitler. Look how good he turned out after people refused to let him paint. Can you imagine if we don't let Trevor Noah do comedy? Holy Lord, you think the Iranians hate the Jewish folks? The whole Israel is going to be Palestine within 6 months.
Yeah, I've never seen such outrage over like some tweets.
It is honestly, it is so pathetic. I mean, you mentioned Hitler. Obviously, this is a very large leap because the Nazis were the Nazis and that time era was that time era. But we are going through a time again where neighbors rat on neighbors, where people constantly dig for dirt on other people in order to propel their own, in this case, Twitter followers. But they do it not by bringing other people up with them. They do it in very king of the hill kind of way by pushing people down. These tweets, some of them were from 2009, which is, I don't even know if I had pubic hair then. And I'm not sure if I have pubic hair now. But whose job was it to scour through? Because you figure he's probably sending at least 5 a day. We have 365 some days in a year for 6 years. I mean, they went through thousands of this guy's tweets. And what did they find? 10 ones where he made fun of ladies who may or may not have been a little bit large. Also, it implies that he thought that it was bad that they were fat. Maybe he was just saying it like it was a good thing because I love a large gal. I plan on marrying one.
Maybe. I could just see whoever that was looking at the tweet. I mean, that's dedication. Thousands of tweets like, oh, I'll get him.
Oh, my.
I'll get him. I know I'll get him.
Sitting there like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, typing away at his computer. Leave me alone, Beth. Leave me alone. I mean, it's like, what kind of sad life do you have to live to scour through somebody else's tweets only to find a few questionable jokes? That person needs to be like, literally, if you would have told me that person would have existed before the internet existed, I would have just blown the whole damn thing up like the Israelis blew up the Iranian nuclear program every 5 years.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It wasn't the point of the internet.
The point of the internet wasn't just troll people, I mean, like, the internet's horrible because you focus on the fun stories. We're all just talking about this. We're talking about the gay pizza or whatever. And like the gay pizza. I turn on my computer. I scroll down. All I see is pizza.
Right.
And Ninja Turtles
and I saw that one pizza in the shape of the penis, and I was like, and now I'm hungry for Tuesday. You know? Absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, it is truly upsetting, though. I was watching Fox News, and I don't have a problem with Fox News, Kat, and every time you're on it, you're incredible, and the shows that you go on are amazing. But the Fox News did 3 different programs covered the Trevor Noah story, and it put that in air quotes, but you can't see me because of the magic of radio. But it's like real news is now covering fake news like it's real news, and I don't know what's happening. You know, it's like we have the deal going on with Iran, which is pretty much going to guarantee them that they'll get nuclear weapons, you know, because they're going to stray. We have ISIS taking over everything. It's a massive land grab over there. The Iranians are going to control the whole thing. We have a civil war, a proxy war between the Saudis and the Iranians in Yemen, and we're talking about this stupid tweet about some guy referencing an overweight woman about what she's going to do on a Friday night. It was ridiculous.
Right, but people like pictures of pizza more than they like pictures of terrorists. And the internet's all about shareability and going viral. Right? Going viral. I want to go viral. I want to be viral for I want someone to victimize me for my religious beliefs. But what
are your religious beliefs?
I need to figure that out first.
Yeah,
I need to figure out my religious beliefs and then be persecuted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can talk about, you know, speaking of religion with what happened in Indiana with poor, I say poor sarcastically, but with Governor Pence over there who got way over his head.
Yeah. I was saying earlier, if that dumb teacher wouldn't have swooped in and threatened to set the place on fire, he would probably still be the most hated guy in Indiana. Did you see that?
Was it a government plot?
Is that what you're saying? It's a conspiracy? That's what you're saying? Well, we thought it was a corporate thing with the pizza places. Because all these pictures of pizza, I'm definitely getting pizza immediately after this.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, the one interesting thing about the pizza business, it benefits greatly from tragedy. In 1992, when O.J. Simpson was in the car with Al Cowling during the White Bronco chase, the New York Knicks were in Game 6 of I believe, the Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe it was the finals. They were playing the Houston Rockets. It was the finals. Pizza sales went up 250%. So pizza loves tragedy. People, I don't know what it is. People, I guess they need to eat while they watch civilization fall apart.
Honestly, you know, I've been to a lot of funerals lately, and they all have had pizza.
Really?
I guess it's good funeral food. You know, you don't have you don't know if they're going to have silverware.
Right. I would give pizza, even maybe a burrito or a taquito, but that's pretty much it. Certainly no Chinese food or Thai food. That's way off the table.
Oh, yeah, no Chinese food. You know, one of the funeral homes I went to had birds, like live birds there. I feel like that's kind of a weird vibe, right? All you need is some kid to open the cage, and you got like live birds flying everywhere in a funeral home. I feel like that can't be good.
I mean, it certainly can't be great because birds are just going to go pluck the eyes out of the corpse. Everyone's going to be traumatized and we'll have to close the casket.
I literally visualized that the entire time I saw the birds. So that was really great. Have you ever had a bird? Anyone ever had a bird? They're disgusting.
No, I've never had a bird. The oddest animal I've ever had, and it's not even an odd animal, but it was a bunny rabbit, and its name was Rusty. And I'm from Wisconsin, and I didn't realize that animals can't get freezing cold for weeks on end. So I left him outside in his cage during a Wisconsin winter, and then he was frozen to death. But
oh, no.
Either way, yeah, it was really sad. I put him in the bathtub over warm water. It was my first experience with death, and it still sticks with me to this day.
You tried to thaw him back to life?
Yeah, I tried to pull a Robert Durst, but then, of course, I couldn't get it back to life, so I just cut off its head, its legs, and, I threw it in a small river.
Do you still have the rabbit's foot on the keychain?
Yeah. I did, but then I ended up crashing that car. Turns out rabbits revenge.
Did you not have parents?
Movie that's ever been... What's that?
Did you not have parents?
No, my dad helped me build a rabbit cage. This is one of our only bonding moments we ever had. We built a rabbit cage for a school project, so then naturally I had to get a rabbit. But I was 9 years old. I didn't know how to take care of myself. You should have seen my underwear. It was a nightmare, my poor mother. And let alone take care of another creature. So, I mean, the rabbit and I had a couple of good days until I realized that they're just human poop Pez dispensers, rabbit poop Pez dispensers, and it was downhill from there.
Oh, really? They're not that cute? I spent a lot of time looking through Google images of bunny rabbits drinking beers yesterday.
I don't know if they're of age to. I don't know if they could ever make it to the age to do that. So, whatever.
I mean, I'm talking a lot of time, and I'm pretty sure that I want one, but only to like take pictures of it. So you're saying after I got the bunny, took pictures of it, drinking the beers, and like smoking my e-skag, and like posted them on Instagram. After that, I'd get a little bored with the bunny.
Yeah, then you get in a little bit of a war with the bunny. But Kat, let's just hold off on having kids for a while. That's what I always want to say to you. Just hold off for a minute.
Yeah.
I think it's adorable. The idea of a drunk rabbit sounds really, really fun. Just hopping around all wrong.
Yeah, all the nicotine, like just blowing e-skag smoke in his face.
Oh, my God. It would be so sick. Well, that'll teach you not to smoke again. You're a good mother.
But see, this could lead to your victimization, Kat, because you know that animal rights activists would come after you.
They would.
Oh, my God, they would.
And everyone would be like, I don't know, like, but what would be my defense?
Well, this is where you make up your religion, where part of it has to do with giving a lot of alcohol to small rodents.
Right.
Yeah.
Some voodoo shit.
And it's actually, it is true. The one great thing about the Religious Freedom Bill in Indiana, it's not specific on what religion, of course. It's under this notion that everybody's a Christian, but of course they're not. And there was actually a large Wiccan movement that came out in support of the bill because in Wiccan, I guess Wiccanism or whatever, but when you're a Wiccan, they believe love is love, and it has no species restrictions. So they were literally saying that if this bill passed, if it stayed as it was now, or maybe I think he just changed it a couple of hours ago, then, theoretically they could argue that they could have sex with a horse under the provisions in this bill. So, that's Republicans for you.
Or frozen rabbits.
What's that?
Or frozen rabbits.
Yeah, whatever you can use in a ceremony, love is love. So it could be a frozen rabbit, it could be a tater tot. I don't know. Whatever you fall in love to. I mean, if it was me, it would be, just the empty Domino's cardboard, because I just like the smell of it. It makes me remember what love was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of picturing like what it would be like for like a bunny to thaw out. Like what? Oh my God. I'm so glad my parents, they didn't trust me with animals.
That was smart. It is, I haven't thought about this memory in quite a while, and I will say that the feeling of a bunny thawing out in your arms that you know that you had, basically you're the reason it's dead, is really traumatizing.
How old were you when this happened?
I was like 9.5.
Oh,
so, yeah.
I thought in Wisconsin they cut off bunnies' heads on purpose. Didn't you? Isn't it like 100% farms?
In Wisconsin?
Yeah.
No, we have Walmarts too. We have Walmart. I grew up in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, which is a town of about 24,000, about 35,000 when the university's in session. And so we were the major hub of all the farm communities around. So for the longest time, I thought I grew up in a city. But then I went to all the way to Madison, Wisconsin, and I realized I was quite a local yokel.
Yokel.
Yeah, and when we got a Target, I'll never forget it. There was a ribbon cutting ceremony. I mean, people pretended like there was no other Target that ever existed in the world. They treated it like the Taj Mahal. But really, it was just slightly more expensive than Walmart, but the carts all worked.
Wow, Wisconsin sounds super fun. But
Wisconsin sounds a lot like Des Moines, which sounds a lot like Toledo, which sounds a lot like St. Louis, which sounds a lot like every other American city.
100%. All right, well, hey, you got to get going too, right? You have a big show tonight, right?
That's right. If you're listening from Brooklyn, New York, I'm hosting a show at 9 Brooklyn, New York. I'm hosting a show at 9 p.m. at a place called The Grand, which is on Grand Street off the Lorimer L stop. So
yeah, I'll be there
I'll
later.
See you all
probably.
there.
I'll probably be there. All right.
Oh, that sounds good.
All right, thanks, dude. Thanks, Ben Kissel.
Thank you so much,
follow
Kat.
Ben Kissel on Twitter, everybody.
Oh, please do. I got to get my Twitter score up. Please follow me. This is
he needs more followers, and I retweet him sometimes, so he's good. Good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. Well, yep. That was interesting, right? We're gonna go on a break now.
That's correct.
We're gonna go on a break. I mean, why isn't that enough? I don't understand. I mean, I didn't go to radio school, but I feel like everybody gets the point.
Well, just say, but you just want to invite everybody to say, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. A break means we'll be back. Okay, look at what happened to Ross and Rachel. They came back. Even when they didn't think so.
Hi, this is Monica Crowley, and you are listening to FTR Radio.
Hello, I promised you, just like Ross and Rachel, we'd be back together again. And here we are. Tracy Connors, me, Thomas LaDuke, Snark Factor. I'm filling in for Fingers Malloy. And we're just looking at, see, look, I did a sincere try, and now they're laughing at me. But it's
Malloy.
Look, I can blame my Midwest accent, even though that wasn't even the Midwest way to say it.
Yeah, it really wasn't, no.
Yeah, I feel like, right? Like, you're not allowed to make fun of me, right? Because that's offensive. Because I'm a woman, and you're a man. And no matter what you say, and no matter how wrong I am, Jezebel will still take my article. He'll still take my article.
I'm from the same state as you are, and we have our own accent lexicon, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, I don't really know what my accent is. I kind of like have this thing where I kind of sound like I'm semi-yelling all the time. But I'm not. I'm like waving my hands around in a room by myself right now. I'm not on television, and that's actually great. I'm looking a little rough today, but it's all right. My jeans are baggy, and you found the story. I wrote this story, right? That means I'm appropriating lesbian culture.
Yes.
Speaking of ridiculous feminist op-eds, piece in the Guardian, a lesbian woman is saying that now that all of a sudden women are wearing baggy clothes, that's appropriating her culture, and she also can't tell who the other lesbians are.
Which is really rude.
Right. I mean, I feel like, okay, as I mentioned earlier, I used to have a Beatles haircut in high school in the first 3 years of college. I have a hard time believing any of my friends from high school are my real friends. Nobody was like, yo, girl, you look like a Beatle, and you're a female, and it's the 2010s. You need to just let that grow for a second.
2010s?
Right? Well, I guess that might have been the zeros. I told you I'm not good at math, okay? Like, do you guys know all of your multiplication tables?
Yes.
No.
Even the 12s? What's 12 times 11?
121?
I literally have to Google it because I have no idea if you're right.
I don't know right either.
I'm not even like, oh, that is what it is,
No,
like
it's not.
It's not?
It's 132.
132, yeah.
See, it's hard. It's hard. and we don't, and there's no objective truth. So,
Right.
Who is Google to mansplain? I feel like Google's male. I don't know. I feel like Google's male because it's good at technology. We all know women aren't welcome in the technology world. I hear that on Jezebel too. I mean, Jezebel and the Guardian are the worst. You read this, she says, it's nice to fall accidentally into fashion, but I also miss the exclusivity of what we wore. I'm a bit proud of looking like a, quote, dyke in those jeans. And that's a real problem that she's sitting around so sad about that she's going to write an op-ed. She's like, you know what I need to put out there on the interwebs? I mean, you talk about people getting too outraged about the pizza shop and with everything going on with ISIS and with Iran and all this other stuff. You got this lady being like, there's straight women wearing baggy clothes. No, I can't tell who the gay ones are. I mean, oh my God.
Well, was there a rebuttal written by one of the lipstick set to tell this woman that she should just shut the hell up and she looks like garbage?
No, but I gotta say, I read the internet comments section, and it was the only time that I thought the internet commenters were more reasonable than the person writing the article.
Damn.
I mean, the internet comments are a very, very dark place to go. They're very dark. You know, and sometimes when people like, they think they agree with you, but they're actually like actual homophobes and racists.
Oh.
Then you feel way worse. You know what I mean? Like, I'll write like an article about like something, you know, being rape culture, which is ridiculous to say, and people will write in the comments, yeah, rape doesn't happen. You know what I mean? There's no rape. And it's like, no, bro, we don't agree. Please stop aligning yourself with me, because we don't agree. Rape does happen. But yeah, I mean, Jezebel's the worst. I mean, does it make you, sites like Jezebel make you a little embarrassed to be a female at times? Like, sorry, we're not all this stupid.
Yes. And I think Exo Jane, is that the other one? That's just horrible. Exo
Jane's horrible. I mean, Jezebel made it as the worst for me when this woman wrote a story about having a sexual relationship with her dad.
Oh.
And how it wasn't that weird. And
of course not.
Right. People were commenting, nah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of not okay. And people were like, how dare you call her out? She had the courage to. I mean, it's like what? What? I mean, they're under the impression that just everything is okay, and it's just, except for men.
Sure.
Men are not okay.
Not catering a gay wedding.
Not catering a gay wedding. It's not okay. I mean, so many people there was like, how dare they post a sign saying they would not. It's like, they didn't. They did. I wonder. I mean, do they have Twitter? Does this pizza thing? They don't have Twitter, which is probably good. Sometimes I'll go through my Twitter mentions and I'm just like, oh man, this is rough stuff.
Yeah, you catch a lot of flack.
I really do. When I wrote that piece, I mean, some of it I don't even want to say out loud because it's so bad. But when I wrote that piece being like, no, I don't think Trevor Noah is a secret terrorist anti-Semite, basically was the stance I took. And I got emails being like, wow, Hitler.
No.
You're basically like Hitler. I'm like, yes, I am. I'm basically like Hitler. Basically.
So
I mean, like,
somebody took your coloring book away from you, or your paint by number set.
Yeah, I'm Hitler who can't paint anymore, and I am enraged. I am a danger to the entire world because of my piece I wrote suggesting that maybe Trevor Noah is not a danger to the entire world. I don't know. I mean, did you guys ever really watch The Daily Show?
No.
I mean, I did a little. I feel like he got less and less funny as time went on. Like a little more political, like being serious.
I just never thought of Stewart as funny, so.
Yeah, I feel like he could be funny. He got less funny. I just hated his face.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hate his face? He'd make that little face after every time he said anything. Which, I mean, every time I say anything, I make a little crooked, slanted face after, like I think I'm so funny and smart and sassy. So I'm sure people could potentially be annoyed by that.
Right, but there's a difference. Like, it's not the kind of your face doesn't make my hand want to hit it.
Oh, thank you.
His does. He's got that, and Maddow has that, and Chris Hayes seems to be catching that. This is a smug face.
Yeah. See, this is why I hate the feminists, because someone just tweeted at me, it's okay, you're a chick. Everyone knows that chicks can't do math. I agree. I wish that I could still use that as an excuse. I can't do math. No. I can't drive. Well, I really can't drive. But I should have never been expected to drive, okay? I can't stand on the subway. I'm going to fall over. You'd better give me your seat, right? I mean, everything that I don't want to do, I wish I could be thought of as being incapable of.
Right, like opening doors.
Can't do it. My arm's going to fall off.
Paying for checks.
Yeah, no, I don't have enough money. No, who would pay me, right? So,
well, I also saw you got a whole lot of shit for the piece you wrote about Phil Robertson and how there's absolutely no need to continually defend him.
Oh my God, I did. One thing I said, fuck you and all your stupidity. you Obama dick-sucking, butt-crack-sniffing little media whore. Phil Robertson is the man. And that was just the last paragraph. He called me a bunch of names for 3 paragraphs. I had no idea what he was referring to until he said at the end, Phil Robertson is the man. I was like, oh, yeah. And yet again, you're not who anybody wants to be defined, aligning themselves with, right? You're just a good Christian, man.
It sounded like a love letter.
Right, and I'm sure Jesus Christ would be very proud of all the words that you're using to describe me right now, right?
Sure.
Right? It's all about, what's the Bible about? Love and there's a fig tree and whatever else.
I believe it was an apple tree, but okay.
I thought it was a fig tree. See, different translations, do they change the fruit?
I don't know.
Is that disputable?
I don't know. What denomination did you grow up in?
Catholic, clearly.
Oh, yeah, no, Catholics, they go with the apple.
No. There is a fig tree. Jesus.
What does a fig tree do?
There's an assortment of fruits.
Jesus goes up to the fig tree, and there's nothing there, and he says, you will never, ever bear figs again, and it wilts and dies.
Well, why did he do that?
He was just, he was showing off.
Oh.
He did that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I hear. The only part that ever really freaked me out is when they talk about the narrow door and how you can't get in the narrow door. And I was super religious at one time in my life, and every time I did anything wrong, I'd cry as a child and say, I'm not going to make it through the narrow door, which is so weird to, as a child, be worrying about that.
Right, and that's why you became bulimic?
Yeah, exactly. I've heard from Twitter that I'm definitely bulimic and anorexic. I need to go tanning. I've heard that my eyes are both too far apart and too close together. My favorite insult, though, is when somebody emailed me and the subject line was thin, evil lips. And the content was you have thin, evil lips.
Wow. Does it amuse you that people spend time to write stuff to you, that they take time out of their busy days?
I absolutely do, and I love the hate tweets a little more because they're so much more creative and so much more passionate than the "you're hot, let's see pictures of your feet" tweets. I guess that's it, right? We're done. The show. It's almost 9:00. I did it.
Congratulations! No spiders died in the making of this.
Greatest performance since Charlotte's Web. All right. Well, do I wrap it up? Well, this was the Snark Factor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Katherine Timpf. Thanks, Thomas LaDuke. Thanks, Tracy Connors. Isn't Fingers back tomorrow?
Next week.
Next week. Tomorrow is Saturday.
No, tomorrow's Friday.
Friday. I have tomorrow off, so I keep getting confused. I should go eat something. Was that a good job?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it worked pretty well.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna change careers.
Well, you'd still be allowed to spend hours looking at bunny rabbits while drinking beers.
True.
Awesome.
Actually, more time probably.
Yeah. Well, I looked at the pictures of the bunny rabbits drinking the beers.
Oh, bunnies were drinking beers.
It's really cute. I really wanted a bunny.
Yeah, you don't have one. They're gross.
Oh, that's what I keep hearing.
I mean, you can litter train them and stuff like that, but then you have to deal with that. And they shed like crazy.
Ew.
And they enjoy eating electrical wires.
Oh no! Yeah, that's it. I destroy enough of my own stuff.
Well, say goodnight to everybody, Kat.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. It's been a pleasure. I'm sure it's been a pleasure for you also. Is that good?
That's good.
I'll just tell them what to think.
Good night, everybody.